Meanwhile, you're always about women's business, always talking about the sisters, always talking to the sisters. They've got mahrams, they've got walis, they've got their guardians, and it isn't you. I mean, I hate to use their terminology, but this is about the most beta thing you can possibly do. Always in the women's section. And the irony is that these are the same ones who are endlessly droning on and on about masculinity. Meanwhile, you can't do the basic thing, the most basic thing that men do as men, which is to ignore women. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean that in an obnoxious way, but women have their world, their sphere, and men have their world and their sphere. But meanwhile, you're always trying to weasel your way into the sphere of women, under the guise of nasiha, under the guise of advice. But you're just like a peeping Tom who's trying to justify why he's doing what he's doing by saying that you're just trying to check up on the sisters to make sure that they're safe. No, it's not your business. The men are over here, brother. Meanwhile, you keep sliding your way back to where the sisters are. And, this is very disrespectful. It's very insulting to their walis. I mean, let's take this offline, Let me catch you on the street talking to my wife or talking to my sisters about how they shouldn't go out, or they shouldn't go to the gym, or they shouldn't go to school, or you don't like the way they're dressed, or what have you. I wish you would. You better hope that that red pill you took is a painkiller, because you're going to be dancing cheek to cheek with the concrete here.
Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Your life. Run up when you see me, no disguises. Keep that thing with me, cause I don't do surprises. J. Chanel, show and tell, all facts, no lies, streak. Get your life, cause I'm the type to come through with that 9 quick. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life.
Focus there.
Watch them cause they after me like a pot of gold. I'm not for play, ask Keisha if you don't know. I'm a little bit cray-cray, approach me, you better be right. If you don't come correctly, you can catch these hands tonight. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, why the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle's so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life.
Get your life.
Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got mine, why you could serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life.
Get your life, boo.
Good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, your right time DJ Music here with another episode of the Chop Shop Live. Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, 3:05 here in the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. Look where the time is going. But you know, I said I wasn't going to talk about this. Before I go any further, y'all down in the listening lounge there, hey, Miss Jalen, how you doing? How you doing? Drop me a 1 or 2 if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Give me a 1 or a 2. 1 or 2 before I carry on any further with this. Make sure everything's squared away. What's up there, OG? How you living? OG Kicks. All right, I got a 1 down there. Appreciate you there. Well, it's what everybody's talking about, folks. You know, I could be talking about the news. Nobody, I could be talking about what the damn so-called president of the United States stood up over in the front of everybody and talk about the world leaders was calling him daddy. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear about the latest saga of the Anton Daniels and the Corey Holcomb situation. I've been running around the internet watching everybody talk about it, and to this very moment, I am amazed at the amount of folks that believe that what Anton Daniels did is not his fault at all. The amount of folks that believe that Anton Daniels could actually sue Corey Holcomb because he so-called doxed his child. Again, the question I'll ask anyone here on these YouTube streets: when have children been off limits? Proving the point, long time guy I've known on these YouTube streets. Some of y'all might know him as Taz the GOAT. Excuse me. Right now, he goes as the GOAT, the G.O.A.T debater. And I got to give it to Taz. You know, like I said, I've known him for a long time. We've had a disagreement about one thing in particular, but for the most part, I dig my man's content. You know, he gets to the point. Some folks don't like him. Some folks have run in with him. But let me just go ahead and say this. This has nothing to do with him personally. He's giving his opinion just like everybody else. And I happen to agree what Taz is said in this video that we're going to review. But getting back earlier to what I was talking about, a couple of you folks might also be familiar with this guy named Freezy. I was watching Freezy's stream last night. Some heavy hitters, as they call them, in the YouTube streets showed up over there. Kwame Brown in particular. Of course, Mr. Fantastic was over there. A few of the other regulars. But they always talking about, some jailhouse lawyers talking about what he can and can't do. And one thing that I think everybody's missing about this video, and I really haven't heard too many people say this. My man said, Anton Daniels said he was going to make $1 million off Corey. We all thought that he was talking about going to sue Corey. No, he's going to make $1 million off this YouTube shit. How many streams has he been on now? How many times have he gone live and there's been thousands of people in his chat talking about Corey Holcomb? He had a 6-day head start before Corey addressed anything. My man Taz gonna point that out to you. Also, since we're talking about ain't shitness in our community, all right, while I was over there looking at Taz's video on Corey Holcomb, he has a few over there. Y'all need to go check it out. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to. That's up to you. I did. Yeah, rage baiting. But when I was over there, I also ran into a video talking about another so-called content creator that's been thriving in our community for years now, under the buffoonery act is what I'd like to call it. One Charleston White. How many times we gonna give this loose nigga a pass? We're gonna cover that as well. Shout out to you again, Taz. I'm gonna use some of your material. I tagged you in the video. If you happen to be in the clouds, or if you show up in the chat room, I'll drop the link for you. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But anyway, folks, first, let me go ahead and do this. Like I said, I was over at your boys Freezy last night listening in. I'm not gonna actually put the video up, but when I do share it, y'all let me know if you can hear it. Okay? Just to make sure. All right. So you can't see the video. That's cool. Let me take this off the screen. What up there, Black? How you living? How you living, my man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me go ahead and play the video now. I'll just start right here.
Okay.
I don't know. It sound like that,
what, man. All of y'all got YouTube accounts, bro. All y'all got YouTube accounts, right?
Shout out to Out the Mud, Cody. What's up, Out the Mud?
I'm gonna need you. Hold on, brother. Brother, just real quick, brother. Just real quick, brother. For one, your audio is horrible. You've been chopping up the whole time. Give me a second. I promise I'll land. I need y'all to go look at the terms and conditions that you sign up for when you sign on YouTube, bro. And y'all just argue with them.
Define doxing.
A public
You a lawyer?
your picture on social media.
I never said I was a lawyer. That's the fake lawyer that said he was a lawyer. I never said I was a lawyer. I understand the rules and I understand.
So let me ask you this: what is he going to take into the court of law? Is he going to say that he violated YouTube policy, so I want to sue?
Well, that's a part of it, right? So if he can get the doxing part, Kwame, yeah. So being that he, for one, I mean, in terms of violation.
Now, this is one of the so-called popular YouTubers, because the voice that you hear is of Mr. Fantastic. And the other voice that you heard just then was Kwame Brown. So Kwame Brown asked the question, what could he sue him for? And that has been my question. What could Anton Daniels sue Corey Holcomb for? We now know that his daughter has thousands of pictures on the internet. We now know that Anton himself has talked about his daughter. We now know that Anton himself has done videos talking about his daughter. Not through guessing, but these are things that other folks have pointed out. So which part of the doxing comes into order here now? And then you're going to hear Mr. Fantastic talk about the cyberbullying. The cyberbullying gives a definite definition, folks. There's no gray area in that. It's the continuous harassment of someone. The key word being continuous. You can't take a 2-minute clip and call it continuous. What the fuck am I missing here? But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little Indians, 9 little Nicklets on this panel thinking they know what the fuck they talking about. And the one guy that's on there making sense is Kwame Brown, trying to say, folks, what y'all up here talking about doesn't make sense. But listen, here's Mr. Fantastic again.
For a YouTube policy, right? So that would be the first thing before you even get into the legal aspect of it. I mean, if Anton is as rich as he is, he can get a lawyer that can make a good argument. Again, I'm not saying he's going to win.
So define doxing though.
To act like there's no argument and no case there. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Fantastic. What would be the purpose of hiring a lawyer, going to court, knowing that the chances of you winning is too slim and none? What would be the reason to go to a lawyer for that? Why would you spend thousands of dollars in discovery? And that's the word that what you're missing right there is discovery. The one thing the lawyer is going to ask Anton, is there anything that would taint this case? Have you said anything about anybody else that would taint this case? Only an unscrupulous lawyer would take Anton's money right now because he knows Anton has no defense. There's absolutely no defense. And by now, this video has been up for how long? If YouTube decided that Corey Holcomb was going against community guidelines They would have taken this video down. Everybody who had Corey Holcomb in their video, that video would have been taken off there. It would have been shut down. Anybody who broadcast that video, you don't think YouTube knows about it? If it was against community guidelines, if it was cyberbullying or any of the things that you guys try to sit here and claim.
There is no case. This is mutual combat. There is no case. But what is the doxing? Define it.
Mutual combat. What do you talk? So what part of mutual combat is a child?
You know her
Okay.
age?
I'm not gonna go into that yet. Just go into doxing. What is doxing? Define it.
The doxing is revealing the identity of a person, okay, that it was not fucking by themselves, right? So let's say I never showed my face, right? Say Kwame wasn't a former NBA player, nobody knew who Kwame was. You hunt his information down, you expose his face, and then his name and his identity and all these different things, bro. That's doxing.
Right.
That's not even doxing at all.
No, Mr. Fantastic. Let me give you a prime example of doxing. As far as I'm concerned, I have made a conscious decision since my career in this radio business and in this industry that we call not to put anything about my family in public. If you go to my Instagram page, if you go to my Facebook page, if you go to my website, there's nothing about me personally. Nothing. My government name, nothing. Somebody decided because they were upset with me to go take a phone number that I left on the website and come into my chat room and put my government name in there. That was doxing. And the only reason that person was able to survive that what they did is because at that point in time, it did not cause me any financial hardship. And that's the same thing, whether you're on the upper echelon of the YouTube circuit or down here. The same rules apply. Anton would need to show that he lost money, that he was irreparably harmed by what Corey Holcomb did by showing a picture of his daughter. How the fuck can you do that in 5 hours? You guys don't make sense. A lot of y'all just like to get up here and yap, flap your Lipton soup coolers like you know something. Go comb your damn hair, Mr. Fantastic. That's what you need to do. Get better at that.
Exactly.
That's not
First of all, you said releasing someone's private information. That's a public.
I didn't say private. I didn't say private ever. I said yes, identity, brother. You gotta listen. That's another reason I know you didn't go to law school. You can't listen. You can put things in. You the one who can't.
That's pretty much what you just explained. That's pretty much what you just explained.
You went to law school. You probably went into the law school, like walk through one and walk right back out.
You keep talking. You keep talking.
Okay,
you keep talking.
Right, let's move on.
Or revenge. What part of that is what Corey did?
He posted the picture of the daughter and exposed who she was.
That picture is public.
No, it's not. It's not. The information is not public. It's not.
Yes, okay. Again, Mr. Fantastic. If it's not public, where the fuck did Corey get it from? The family heirlooms. She is on a national website with her picture, where she's from. All of that is all you have to do. Again, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Did Corey Holcomb ever say her name? No. Anton Daniels put his daughter's name out there for folks to go look her up, whether he did it unwittingly or on purpose. But again, Anton Daniels has a history of talking to his daughter, saying his daughter's name, talking about his daughter's accomplishments. We all know that. So his daughter is a public figure, even at 17. But listen to these dumb niggas.
Child is
That picture is public.
17.
So how did he get the picture if it's not public?
Brother,
She's 17 years old.
again, Mr. Fake Lawyer Man.
No, I asked you a question. How did he get the picture if it's not public?
I'm about to explain it to you, brother, because you, again, I don't even think you made it through elementary school at this point.
No, you sound stupid as hell. Go ahead.
I know you slow. So, brother, I have children, right? All right, I have children. Let's say I got
I didn't ask you that. I asked you one question, bro. Answer the question.
I don't care what you ask me. I'm about to explain it to you because you're slow. So
no, you're retarded. You're saying stupid shit.
I have children, right? So hold on, you know me, right? And I'm a public figure, right?
You're talking feelings,
never
bro.
ever hold on. Of course I posted pictures of my child or whatever, so on and so forth. Say it's on a private account or say it's whatever. I just got something in my phone, right? It's a child out there. Nobody knows this is my child but me and my close family. When you decide to take my child's picture and say, "Oh, this is son," brother, it's in the YouTube. It's in the YouTube fucking, bro. It's in the YouTube.
Again, can you get any more dumber? You sat there for at least 2.5 minutes trying to explain absolutely nothing. How dumb can you be? But this is the meeting of the minds over here, folks. This is what goes on these late night grifts. And I'll call it a late night grift because listen, what's about to come up here in just a little bit.
Should have regarded his family. No cap. I know his character, and I know Anton is a clouser, and he even said it on his platform as soon as he left Corey Holcomb's show. When he logged on to his panel show, he said, "Oh, it's over with for Corey. It's over." Like he finished Corey, and he said and he kept going all week long. He even put his fist in the damn camera and said all he did was fight coming up in his fade life. Anton painted this picture like he was a fighter.
He sure did.
And he will whoop Corey's ass. And he took it off.
Now, again, you can agree or disagree with Freezy, but which part of that is he wrong about? Can anybody tell me which part of what Freezy just said, whether you're a fan of his or not, which part was he wrong about? This loose nigga went on a campaign, even picking up the microphone, talking about he was shaking like a leaf. That nigga was scaring me. I would have whooped his ass. Now you want to talk about, oh, don't talk about my kid. No, nigga, you brought this shit on yourself. Like I said, whether you're a fan of Freezy or not, which part of that is he wrong about, Mr. Fantastic? Address that. Without Kwame being in the room, address the fact that everything that Freezy just said, he was right about. Matter of fact, you don't even have to believe Freezy. Just go over to Anton Daniels' channel, and if you haven't taken it down, go look at what he said verbatim out his own damn mouth. Go over to let me name some of the other channels that he done popped up on. Free Zone Lou got it. Philosophical got it. Sharon Bracey got it. What's that? What's the other guy's name with the veneers? What's his name? Easy Bands got it. Hell, I got bits and pieces of it. Super Sly got it. All these folks, Taz got it, which I'm about to show you in a little bit. All these niggas got Anton running around talking about how scared Corey Holcomb was. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got a gun, is it? But I'm gonna like listening to Taz because Taz is quite funny. But let's play a little bit more of this bullshit before let's go here.
Of Corey, and even went at Corey's co-host, Craig. He even took it off of Craig and went at West Coast dudes. And word is he went at Glasses Malone too. So this dude went berserk during that week before Corey unleashed the damn napalm. Anton went berserk.
Again, which part is he wrong
somebody
about?
that he already recognized as a Neanderthal.
Yes. And so the point I'm trying to make is, in my humble opinion, Anton Daniels is a hypocrite because you tout that you are a Christian conservative, and you even said on Corey's platform, you don't claim that you're black first, you claim that you're Christian first. So if that's the case, why did you display this type of behavior a whole week before Corey responded this past Tuesday?
That's interesting that you said that word behavior, because when I called this same thing out, they told me, Kwame, you a hypocrite. You stopped watching behavior. I said, oh, no, I didn't. I heard a man define another man as a Neanderthal and himself as a Christian first. That come with a set of rules and behavior. The Neanderthal got no rules, no expectation. They're going to survive, but they're going to do it by any means necessary.
Come on, Kwame.
You are a Christian man. You're supposed to have a code of conduct, a married man, one that has a wife and children. You know that some blowback can come on to them. So why?
Come on, Kwame. I said this yesterday, didn't I? I said this whole thing is because you put your wife and your child out there, Anton. You did this to your family. You can't blame anyone who has a bad opinion about you. And to be quite honest with you, I can't even blame the people that's trying to defend you, because you got them motherfuckers brainwashed. But all of this, whether you agree with anybody that I'm using today or any of my opinions, one thing for sure is, folks, this lands squarely, the responsibility lands squarely in the lap of the man who started this. You should have went back to your platform and let the sleeping dog lie. But no, but for 6 days, Anton, 6 days, you milked that for as much money as you could make. And like my man Kwame said, you can't go and fuck with somebody talking about you studied him and not know that this was not going to come to you. If you studied Corey Holcomb like the rest of us know him, Corey Holcomb, you should have known this shit was coming. Again, this man put his own daughter up under the bus. You think he gave a fuck about yours? And I'll ask the question periodically throughout this stream. When in the YouTube streets, especially in the black YouTube streets, have children been off limits? When?
Why are you out here, especially after the video that you put up, you out here putting that energy out about other people's wives, other people's children. Now when somebody say something about yours, it's supposed to be, oh, woe is me.
I told you.
And then not only that, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You told Corey trying to hold you to task about the black community. You even said, no, I don't claim I'm black first. I'm Christian first. But then the morning after Corey responded to you last Tuesday, on Wednesday morning when Anton did his show, he made it a priority to say us black fathers.
No captivity.
He just went straight to black.
Yeah, he black again, but he was saying black people. He's black again. And then the fact that Charleston White, the same people that watch Anton Daniels, they're all fans of Charleston White. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden, don't bring up kids. This man brought up Joe Budden's kids. This man done talked about deceased mothers. This man done talked about everybody and their mama. The shame of the people that's over here so busy crying, talking about doxing kids, and now all of a sudden, when they're all fans of Uncle Charlie.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And let me pause this. And this is why I'm glad. This is why I'm glad I went over to Taz's channel, because Kwame brought this to my attention, and then just lo and behold happened to go over to Taz's channel, and he was talking about Charleston White and the horrible shit that he did. And I'm not gonna call no names, but every once in a while y'all will bring up a certain YouTuber as if, hey, well, he did this. Y'all have ragged and ridiculed. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But then again, we've also heard folks that's doing 8-hour streams talking about if a child was 14 years old, then I would marry him. And then on the same turn say, no, I wouldn't sleep with him. What the fuck what would you marry somebody for you wouldn't sleeping with? Don't make sense. But again, that panel or that particular panel, nobody called that shit out until my man Taz did later on. What the fuck is going on over here? Remember you said that, Taz? Now, what the fuck is going on over here?
Super chat.
He could be fucking the Thor or whatever, right? Or behind the screen, right? That's why I'm not insulting him physically or saying I'm going to do anything to him. But I'm talking about the conversation. But either way, yeah, like you said, bro, that's why I said, Kwame. I don't know. You haven't been doing content very long. You've been doing it for some time. But like this whole shit, bro, is like, before you got on, I'll just say for sure, before you got on YouTube full time, that's just like the culture.
So let me ask you this. If you go around debating with everyone, how do you learn anything? Because if I debate, I'm trying to win. If I just have a conversation, then I'm more open and receptive to learning your ideology and your perspective, because I don't want to debate with everyone. Sometimes I just want to have a conversation. When do you not debate and when do you just have a conversation?
Oh, yeah, you learn a lot through debate. I think that's even better, actually. You learn a lot through debate because everything in debate should be factual, not opinionated.
But based on what you just said, you're not even going to get to the debate because you just told me about a culture of the cursing and the D sucking and all this other stuff. So if that's going to be a part of it, then how do you get to the actual learning?
Well, you said like,
and let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something, man. Real briefly. Don't never tell another man he a dick sucker unless you whatever. His daughter that she was supposed to fulfill, and he put his phone to the camera and he said his daughter's name. I was like, bro, yeah. In my mind, I was like, what are you doing, man? Like I'm like, that's not
again, sometimes you have to understand something. Even small channel, folks do be listening to you in the clouds. And I noticed two things yesterday. For all the folks that was talking about these different things, I noticed two things. Everybody was talking about Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb. I mean, Corey Holcomb was the one responsible for doxing this kid. Until I showed on Super Slide that where Anton Daniels said this child's name first. Now everybody picked up on that. I'm not going to call out another content creator's name, but I said something yesterday that no one said before, but all of a sudden it was in this motherfucker's title. So hip, hip, hooray to the small channels, folks. That's what I'm saying. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't think nobody paying attention to you. Keep pointing out motherfuckers like Mr. Fantastic. Keep pointing out the wrong right here, because you heard what Mr. Fantastic just said. This is our culture. And he's willing to tell everybody who will listen to him, this is who and what we are. Looking like that little voodoo doll. There's a movie back in the late 70s, early 80s. There was a little African voodoo doll that the chain fell off and the little motherfucker went crazy. That's what you look like on this panel. But that's enough of that, folks. I just wanted to point out some of the backlash that go over there. Again, I put the link down in the description if you want to go and check this stream out in its entirety. Again, it's a 10-hour stream, folks, almost 11-hour stream. So for 11 hours, these niggas was up there arguing about Anton Daniels, defending this nigga for 11 hours. You ain't had no pussy to get. You ain't had no job to go to. You ain't had no sleep to get. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the damn messenger. Don't get mad at me. Let me go ahead and close that down. I don't need that no more. But now, folks, what's up there, ABT? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Right, that part. Talking about that's the norm in this culture. If you listen to Mr. Fantastic, that's what we are. What's up there, King Picks? How you doing? How you doing? That's what. If you listen to Mr. Fantastic, if you go over to his stream, this is it. This is what we'll tell you what we are. If you listen to Anton Daniels, this is what he'll tell you who we are. All of a sudden, as Taz gonna point out, he want to scream how black he is. No, nigga, it ain't that easy to get your black card back after your entire YouTube career has been built on shitting on us, especially black women in particular. Y'all remember that what I played yesterday? Y'all remember that what I played yesterday, right? Let me move this off the screen and get to as they say, let's get to our feature presentations right here. Let's go ahead and continue down the Anton Daniels road and go down the Anton Daniels road. We'll talk about that for a little while longer through the eyes of Taz exclusives. Okay, I keep doing the wrong thing. I don't want to do that. Let me put that back up there. All right. All righty then. Let me move this off the screen. All right then. Through the eyes of Taz exclusive, folks. Again, shout out to you, Taz.
Myself, I got to.
Okay.
Because
I understand.
It is what it is when it comes to this content, right? People play games. And I don't like the idea of being out here messing with people, doing the most, talking big shit. And then now you don't know what happened. You have no idea why this all came to a head. Fam, I could not believe what this man was sitting over there saying this morning. And I wish y'all would understand, right? Some of us, we understand how this goes. Like, you can not be doing nothing to nobody and people will come for your family. You know what I'm saying? Right. You don't have to do much for this to happen.
That's right. All you have to do is piss somebody off. All you have to do is piss somebody off. Especially piss somebody off with time on their hands. These motherfuckers will go to the ends of the earth because they were wrong about something in the chat room or because they got into a disagreement with you. They would go to the ends of the earth to find out who and what you are just to put it online. See, that's why, folks, it's always best to just tell the truth about who you are and what you are. That way, if one of these motherfuckers decide that they gonna get their panties in a bunch or get their get a raw deal about something, you ain't got nothing to hide. Nobody out here is perfect. You remember that? Miss P4C, you remember that movie, the trilogy? You remember that? You remember that? He popped out of that suitcase. I don't know, fella. Tell me, if you watched that as a kid, you didn't go to sleep that night, did you? And every little doll and every little statue in the house had to go after that. Had to go. Little rascal running around now. But anyway, let's play this some more.
So if you're out here bothering people, you know what I'm saying, playing games, talking shit, always fucking with the community and whatnot, what makes you think that you're exempt from that conversation? Fam, when I tell you this is the biggest Karen on the internet, I cannot believe what I'm about to listen to. Because I only listened to the first couple minutes and I was like, wow, bet. Let's holler at him.
What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me.
All right, folks. Hey, what's up there? Jammin' T. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. A lot of you folks I've seen for the first time. And listen, let me go ahead and say this. I really do appreciate that you folks stop in. And listen, some of the things I might say I could be wrong about. I don't mind being wrong. So at any time, folks, if I say something that you feel that's crossing the line, or that I'm wrong about, or I'm not giving some actual information on, or you're entitled to your opinion. Of course, that's what we're here for. So I really do appreciate it. Like it's not my saying, but you folks could be anywhere else, especially on YouTube and the other places this is shown at. I understand that it slide out, so some of you folks could possibly be watching it on your cell phones, and some of you folks could be actually watching it over on the regular YouTube way. So again, I appreciate that. Really do appreciate it. Again, thank you so much. But again, let's continue on. Like I said, I know a lot of you folks have heard this before. I got to sit through it. So let's all sit through it together. Okay. But Taz is going to put a little humor behind it a little bit later on. So again, shout out Taz.
Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Got a lot to address. What's going on, friends and family? Yeah, it is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, year of our Lord. What's going on to the Chasers? What's happening? What's going on? I see y'all. Familiar faces. Familiar faces. What's happening?
I wonder if any of these so-called bag chasers ever just drop the bag and just see it for what it is. Chasers. You're usually following behind something. You're chasing something. Whatever you're chasing is always in front of you. Bag chasers. So keep chasing the bag. Anton ain't got to chase the bag because y'all bring it to him. Remember, hell no, we won't go walk out in front of you, go into YouTube and stop giving this guy your money. And you see how many white folks support Anton, because that's who he likes. See how many white folks will pour into his channel.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Well, let me read some of the cash apps to.
Why do people like these dudes who have no bass in their voice? I understand how y'all listen to these niggas that's already feminine, lame, corny, and they ain't got no bass in their voice. Sound.
You ain't lying, Taz. To me, hell no, I can't do it. I cannot listen 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and I'm done, Dougie Fresh, of listening to this damn Anton. Yeah, if you don't know it, if you heard to this cat on the telephone, you would think that he got a little sugar in the tank. Notice how he does that a lot? Sounds like air escaping after every 13th to 14th word he say. Nigga. So I'm with you on that. You ain't as they say, Eddie Murphy said, you ain't the most masculine fellow in the world, Anton. So I know you be paying for the cooch. You ain't got to tell me, because ain't no woman in there. Well, I'll take that back. Well, you was married, so I'm going to give you that. Everybody's, like they say, there's always somebody for everybody. But I guarantee you, some of the women that I've seen you hanging around, I can guarantee it, Anton, you're paying for it. You're paying for their company. And that's really why you got mad. Hey there, Miss Pennywise, Miss Penny. I don't know why I want to keep saying Pennywise. Miss Elite, how you doing? Welcome in. Great to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. But yeah, I do believe that, Anton. You like to lead with your wallet. And them women that be trying to come up see that. They put a little tight skirt, show a little bosom, shake a little ass, and you can't help yourself. You cannot help yourself. Somebody else pointed that to me when you were sitting on the couch with that young lady. Your energy was like a little schoolboy, giddy. I can't believe I'm in front of this pretty woman.
I'm gay as fuck.
And then for the rest of us, we're going to go ahead and kick it for the Millionaire Morning Show, and we're going to do our normal everyday thing. All right, let me read some of these super chats. And then what Dog says, stop the cap like you didn't wake. That I try to tell people on a regular basis.
We're in the building. Let's go.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving. We are no longer subjecting ourselves to the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to make it a long thing. I'm going to be very, very clear. And we're going to move on. I'm not going to address it again. All right.
Yeah, thank you very much there. Hey there, Candy Cane. How you doing? How you doing? Candy Cane, go ahead and post your link as well. And thank you very much there, Miss J, for posting a penny Miss Elites. Yep, folks, get on over there, like, share, and subscribe. Come on now. You know, if they over here, they one of the good people. If they over here, one of the good people. Should be holding them down. I got to say, Miss Elite, I'll be in the clouds a lot. I'll be listening. You be holding them down now. I ain't mad with you, Miss Lady. Don't let them keep your foot on their neck. Choke them out like weeds. Choke them out. Let's see who else who this is right here. Hey, that David John. I hope I'm saying it right there. Welcome in. Let's continue.
So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter.
Come on, Taz. Come on in. Hit me with it.
I believe the children are the future. You have to teach them well. And it would be better to let them lead the way.
Show them all the beauty.
You should show them all of the beauty that they possess inside.
Not all of it.
It would help if you gave them
a sense of pride.
Sense of pride.
Of pride.
To make it easier. Laughter. Now let me quit. I'm just saying though, fam. Like that's what what we doing right here, right now? What we doing? Are you gonna lead us down a long, dark path of tears?
USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country, and is probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the.
Because my love goes bang, bang, bang. You're such a sweet little thing. I couldn't pass it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't pass it up.
The sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives.
Yeah, but it's cap though coming from you. Right? I ain't never heard you repping your daughter like that. It wasn't that important. You know what I'm saying? You've been repping the bag and, you know what I'm saying, getting these hoes and all this other stupid ass shit. Now that niggas done put your daughter on display, now you suddenly want to play good dad. And I'm not the rest of these people, fam. I didn't put your daughter up on my screen. I made sure to take my video and cover that part up. So I didn't show your daughter. right? So I'm gonna light your bitch ass up today because you have no place to be coming on here making it seem like somebody's wrong for responding to your bullshit. I don't agree with putting your daughter on display, but make no fucking mistake.
Make no fucking mistake about it, Taz. No one that you can find will agree with what Corey did. But one thing that we all have in common, whether you're for or against. Tell me, Emma, if I'm wrong here. Taz, did this man not do this to himself? Don't need no one in the chat room. Don't need no two in the chat room. What the fuck was you expecting poking this bear? What, you thought he was just going to lay down? Have you not seen this man over the years? In the utter wave of destruction. Look, again, you can be a Corey Holcomb fan, or you could have watched Corey Holcomb in some of the comedy specials. His shit is raw.
Think about it. Bitch ass nigga, you did that. That's your fault. Your daughter was put on that screen because of your bitch assness. Your broad chasing, nigga.
Broad chasing.
So before we get into all these fucking tears, understand my position. I don't have no smoke whatsoever for his daughter. I think it's wrong that she was brought into it. Right? It's being clear.
Hey, Shar, how you doing? But that I was waiting for him to say that. But yeah, that's the best. Basically, let's look at the history of Anton Daniels. Again, I'm not trying to put these ladies on Front Street, but you can go back to Six to Goddess channel. You can go back to Yanni's channel. You can go back to several of these well-known female content creators. I do believe he might have had a run-in with Sinji at one time or the other. I do believe at one time or the other he was trying to make a connection with the Crimson Cure, flew her out. But I don't guess you. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna get out of that one. I had to check myself on that one, Sean. But you knew what I would have said, though. But anyway, this is documented, folks. This, what Anton Daniels has been doing, has been documented. He will try and use these women as fronts to make himself popular. More importantly, as some would call pretty women, shapely women, women that don't mind showing off their curves. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. And who did he learn that from? Kevin Samuels. Remember that one episode where Kevin Samuels was saying that he used to be somewhat of a pimp? That he would go into these country clubs, find out what these men like, go back and find him some girls and put the girls on them. That's what Anton did. Or he been taking lessons. You just got to know the history. Taz know the history, folks. Superstar 75 know the history. I know the history. Big J know the history. There's several of us that know the history of this guy. Right. I mean, sometimes that pretty privilege don't work. And this is no disrespect. But have y'all been outside lately? There's a whole lot of pretty women out there. And as the old song goes, beauty's only skin deep. What you see is what you get. If you're looking for beauty, sooner or later, once it fades, what you got? Huh? Be peeping through the window. All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Let's listen to this nigga cry some more.
I need my position to be clear. It was
Not
wrong to bring his daughter into it. But his bitch ass is the reason why she was brought into it. So you don't get to sit up and whine and complain and make it seem like nigga just went for your daughter out the blue. No. You played the game, bitch, and you lost. Now, you finna keep losing because ain't nobody finna co-sign your fuck shit. Sitting up here pretending like you're somehow innocent and you're protective of your daughter. If you was protective of your daughter, you wouldn't have been on Corey Holcomb's playing games talking about you don't have no boundaries.
Did y'all not remember that? Or do I need to go and find the footage again when he said, I don't have no boundaries. Nothing you can do will affect me. Y'all remember that? Now all of a sudden, 6 days later, you got thousands of loose niggas running around talking about, I think Anton gonna sue Corey. You had somebody actually come up on Freezy channel and say within 7 days, Anton Daniels is gonna own the 5150 show. Negro, please. The amount of balls sucking y'all niggas be doing for proximity to the fake Rick Ross. If you want proximity to the real Rick Ross, all you got to do is go to Atlanta. He has a spread out there. Go sit on College Park Road and wait for Rick Ross to come out. That's what he gonna say to you. Did you buy some of these spicy wings, nigga? You ain't bought no wings, especially the lemon pepper. Can't deal with you, homie. Hey, Drake.
Remember you said that? I hope you remember you said that, because I do. So with that shit crossed my boundaries that Corey did. That shit crossed the line for me. But your pussy ass said to Corey Holcomb to his face, you don't have no boundaries. Don't nothing bother you. Nothing that Corey can do is gonna get under your skin. It ain't gonna bother you. That's how you was playing it, right? So since you wanted to play it that way, well, it's pretty clear to see you ain't that. You already crying. Shit wasn't even done 12 hours ago, and you already got your pussy ass on the internet whining about it.
Man.
Wake up first thing in the morning crying about the response that you're getting because of what you did, and now you can't even believe niggas that came for your daughter, but why not? You said you ain't had no boundaries. It's hard to even acknowledge this for you because I'm talking about it for me. I have boundaries. You said you don't. So why are you using your daughter now?
Okay.
How did she become a weapon all of a sudden?
Okay.
But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do. Because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And
now I don't know if wait a minute, Taz. I don't know if any of y'all caught that, but this nigga just said you have an expectation on your life. Can you find anybody that don't? Can you find anybody that don't have an expectation for themselves? Have you ever, as a child, not grown up saying that you wanted to be a fireman, that you wanted to be a policeman, that you wanted to be a nurse, that you want to work with animals? So what expectation are you talking about? The expectation that you have for your daughter?
Can't do that chasing these broads, little nigga. Clown, dumb fuck nigga. You have to be the dumbest nigga on the. You thought you was protecting your daughter running around with different broads, trying to put holes all on niggas' shows? You big dummy. Daughter looks up and sees you with Mika at the Pistons game. Are you protecting your daughter then, bitch ass nigga? Fake ass marriage.
Okay.
Because if you take all of this and have the real conversation about it, if your daughter see you running around with Mika on the 5150 show, She see you with Mika at the Detroit Pistons game.
Come on.
What are you teaching your daughter when she's never seen you with your wife at none of these?
I don't know. That's a fair question, Taz, because the other day when you was on that platform, I do believe you had alluded to that. But as again, a whole lot of niggas was doing a whole lot of deflected, wasn't it? When you tried, what's up there, Mr. Yelder? How you doing? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. See that, Anton? You see how many people will come into this chat, and the first thing they say about you is that you a clout chaser, that you just chasing the bag. Again, remove the bag off, folks, and go look up the meaning of chaser. If you're talking about the alcoholic beverage, give me a water back. That's a chaser. Why? Because the liquor that you just drank gonna burn the fuck out you. I need a chaser with this. A chaser always follows something, or you always trying to get to it. You never catch a road runner. That coyote's after you, road runner. If he catches you, you're through. Come on now, y'all know what I'm talking about. Antoine, keep telling them folks to chase the bag, chasers. Keep telling them to chase the bag. But anything y'all heard from Taz so far, is he wrong about? I'm not as colorful as him. I won't use as many superlatives as him, but I'll be damn if he ain't right.
These events, broadcasting it, posted it up. Look, hey, look at me and my wife. That's not what you do. You posted it with Brittany Renner. You posted it with Mika. So are you thinking about your daughter then when you're embarrassing her mother in these streets? Probably not. You ain't thinking about your daughter then. So don't use her now. I'm just saying you should have been thinking about your daughter when you walked into Corey Holcomb's show with that whore. Now all of a sudden people gotta care. You talking to the wrong batch over here, fam. I'm not going.
What this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will.
Again, I can't argue with that. She is an underage child because she's still 17. Whether she lives with you or she lives with her mother, she's still 17. You don't, if you're 17 and 364 days into it, you're still an underage child. Okay, so I'll give you that. That's the first thing that you said that was absolutely right, that you won't get any pushback from anybody on. Everything else, Anton, and make sure, y'all see it on the screen, make sure you get over there. I put the link in the description for Taz channel. Get on over there and support the brother. If you want to drop a little donation, go ahead and do so. But if nothing else, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And then also this video that we're going to cover after that, make sure, folks, you get over there and share this Charleston White video. Something needs to be done about this character. But we're going to get to that.
Have to see how ugly the world is.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. But what you don't do is make it so they see it because of you, right? Don't make it seem like she's just seeing the world for what it is because somebody just popped out and started attacking her for no reason.
Come on.
No, she's seeing how ugly the world is because her daddy liked to play games on the internet, because her daddy liked to talk that shit, because her daddy think everything is a joke. So now you've forced the world into her eyesight. This is your fault.
Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to seek, we'll have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm going to say. My focus right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact.
I'm gonna let you go first, Taz.
Psychological damage, impact, and trauma. Oh, he's a whole fucking Karen out here. Ain't this the same nigga that's on videos talking about liberals and Karens and complaining about shit.
Wait a minute, Taz. Ain't this the same nigga that said F them kids? Ain't this the same nigga that went on panels talking about you and your family? Ain't this the same nigga that talked about Jay Prince and his family? Ain't this the same nigga that attacked what's the young lady's name, Tyranny, and his family? Ain't this the same nigga that tried to run Sinji over the coals? Ain't this the same nigga that talked shit about what's the other lady's name? What's her name? I forgot her name, but damn, she done faded out. Whatever happened to her, y'all? Whatever happened to the queen maker? She stopped making queens. Is she still around? What happened to the queen maker, y'all? I don't know. But anyway, but the general the general thing that I'm trying to point out to you is, Anton, you have talked a whole lot of shit about other people. You have thrown people's wives under the bus. You have thrown people's husbands under the bus. You have thrown people's children under the bus. So what exhumes you? What makes you exempt from that? I don't know, that Candy Lane. I don't know. Oh, that Bonobo tribe is still there. I never understood that. Again, I'm kind of going off a little script here, but I remember the first time I heard her mention the word bonobo. To tell you how quick you know somebody's full of shit is whether they do the research on something. All you had to do was click on one YouTube video, and you would have known how to pronounce bonobo. She pronounced bonobo the first time as bonobo. If you think I'm lying, that's how good my memory is. She pronounced the word bonobo the first time as bonobo. 15, 20 minutes later, a tribe was born. P.T. Barnum said it best: a sucker is born every minute. It took her about 15 minutes to get y'all to believe that Princella, although I gotta say for a minute, I hope she was one of the good ones. But like Anton Daniels, as soon as you do the research, as soon as you get under that first layer, you find out these folks ain't nothing but for themselves.
So now you understand that words have an impact. It's just horrible you didn't care until the words were said to your daughter, because you sit up on videos every day on your platform and talk shit. You talk down on every other black woman on the planet. I just got some integrity that I carry myself with. So I'm not going to give your daughter the same smoke you've given mine indirectly, right? All this black woman talk you doing, all of this belittling of black women and black girls and black people.
And
I ain't gonna do that to you.
And you know, Taz, someone will say, well, he wasn't talking to your wife. He didn't say, well, he didn't put any specifics on what black woman he was talking to. So I can understand if you were a black woman, if you got a black mama, if you got a black sister, if you got a black auntie, I can understand how anybody could take what you've been saying. Because according to you, Anton, there's only like 2%, 1% of good black women. And those are the ones that bow down. Those are the ones that know their place. Again, according to you, what we heard yesterday, just throw them out the window, start over. Throw the baby out with the bathwater and just start over. Those were your own words. Come on, Taz.
Well, I'm not going to do that to your daughter. But you deserve every moment of it. And you shouldn't be able to hide behind your daughter now. Because that's what he's doing now. He done threw his daughter in front of him and ran behind her. What a whole bitch.
A whole bitch.
That has been done to my daughter. I pulling her out of school.
Pulling her out of school?
early therapy.
Am I wrong, Sockpaw? Say you and I we've seen each other in them YouTube streets, and actually you and I, Sockpaw, say we run into each other in different streams. So I know you know what I'm telling, what you heard this man say. You know I'm telling the truth. You know you've heard him say just what you put there on the screen just now, out of his own mouth, on Jay Prince's channel, on Fatty's channel, on any channel that gives this nigga 5 minutes of breath. Sooner or later, his conversation is going to be about a black woman.
Early therapy. The shit happened last night.
Making sure that she is protected.
Big Karen.
Trying to see what the fallout will be.
You trying to make sure she protected. So what that mean? You through with that bitch? That mean you through running the streets with that bitch? Because you're not protecting your wife or your daughter's image as you run the streets with that broad, fam.
Now,
I'm trying to.
Wait a minute, Taz. My bad, dog. But let me just say this. Remember a couple of weeks ago, we was all up in arms about what a pastor's wife wore out. But here it is. This man exposed his wife and his daughter to possible ridicule. A video that everybody forgot about, all of a sudden is trending. The publicity that your daughter is receiving from fucking with Corey Holcomb is not positive. Could you imagine the Olympic Committee finding out that you are her father, Anton? Did you ever think past that before you opened up them Lipton soup coolers of yours? Did you ever think past what it looks like for you? No. You don't think the powers that be gonna look at all of this and say, damn, now what we about to get into here? You don't think that her teammates might accidentally run into you and say, this your daddy? It shouldn't take me or Taz or any other grown man for you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I did this to myself.
Understand what you're doing here other than the whole entire Karen role. Now all of a sudden you're ready to protect some shit. You're supposed to be thinking about protection when you're trying to bring that slut on the Corey Holcomb show. But you don't care about protection until it makes you look bad. Because you're incapable of protecting your daughter, which is what we see now. And this is you running your motherfucking mouth that led to all of this. Now all of a sudden you want a reprieve. You want people to look at this shit as something else. I don't agree with what Corey did. I'll say it again. But at the end of the day, fam, you was asking for that type of energy.
Listen, y'all remember this skit with Keenan Pell with one of them was acting as Obama and the other Obama translator. I'm gonna have to use that scenario between me and Taz, because some things Taz said I just won't say. So Taz, you know what I'm thinking, though, brother. You bitch ass nigga. So let's get back to Luther, aka Taz.
You was asking for that type of smoke. Because you're not going to respond in kind does not change the fact that you was right there in the middle of it. Now all of a sudden you don't want no smoke. Now you got to rush your daughter to the hospital. You don't sit your bitch ass down somewhere, nigga.
As far as her having to be removed.
What's up? What's up? What's up, HT Baldwin? How you doing, my man? Hey, listen, great set last night, good brother. Listen, folks, if you into house music, you got to come on the classic R&B jams at about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1 a.m. I know it's a little bit late, but listen, the 2 hours mix that my man put on, if you're into the house music, you got to check him out. I'm sure you got a SoundCloud site or another site that you can direct them to, the HT Ball 1. But if you're into that house music, you got to check out my man with his bitch ass. Everybody caught that one up. Wait a minute, Tess. Let me get up. I'll see if I can get you to say that again.
see now. And this is you running your motherfucking mouth that led to all of this. Now all of a sudden you want a reprieve. You want people to look at this shit as something else. I don't agree with what Corey did. I'll say it again. But at the end of the day, fam, you was asking for that type of energy. You was asking for that type of smoke. Because you're not going to respond in kind does not change the fact that you was right there in the middle of it. Now all of a sudden you don't want no smoke. Now you got to rush your daughter to the hospital. You don't sit your bitch ass down somewhere, nigga.
As far as her having to be removed from some of her competitions because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and psychological damage.
Online bullying.
Wait a minute, Taz.
Online bullying.
Wait a minute, Taz. Let me speak to some folks. Hey there, my friend 83. How you doing? Welcome in. Online bullying. Come on, Anton. That's the last thing that should come out your mouth, man. Online bullying of all the people that you've tried to bully over the years. Like I said, I know your history. Taz know your history. Big J know your history. And, again, me and Big J had our run-ins, folks. But go over and listen to Big J stream, too. We know this nigga. I'm not benefiting. Listen, but let me let y'all in on a secret. A lot of times what I do is, so no one can ever try to say that I'm benefiting off any of these niggas that I'm reviewing. And the present company exclude when I'm talking about niggas. I'm talking about Antons and the J Princes and the Obsidians and the Angry Mans. And pretty soon the Izzy Bands. I'm coming to get you. You know I got to do a loose nigga roundup on you, nigga. Come on now. You know that, Izzy. You know that. Don't you? You know you done fucked up, don't you? Izzy. Izzy is or Izzy ain't? Izzy. But, damn it, I done lost my train of thought fucking around with Izzy.
Bullying is what he calls it. He's literally finna try to hide behind his daughter after all the shit he done said online. Are you kidding? I hope ain't nobody falling for this. I hope ain't nobody falling for this, man. Don't get on here whining now.
Right,
you know
nobody,
you put
Taz.
your family in harm's way, dude.
Taz. Ain't nobody. Yeah, I know the ABT. You know, that's a little something that you pick up from the radio trade over the days. You sometimes, let me let y'all in on another secret. Y'all know a lot of times when you're listening to the car radio, the DJ that you hear or the radio person that you hear might not even be in the studio. Did y'all know that? Oops.
A lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships.
Okay. Let's take it. Let's take that for a minute. See, Anton, it's just a simple thing sometimes that you realize that you don't say that again, that even of someone that's made it to the 11th grade can decipher. In this case, the Anton, them same schools that's looking at your daughter is looking at her family life. Them same dudes, them same colleges that's looking at the overall picture of who they're going to allow into the school, especially if it's an Ivy League school. You know they're looking at the mama. They're looking at the daddy. They might be looking at the overall picture of guess what? They want to know that once they bring your daughter into their school, is she going to be able to afford it? First off, what do parents do? I see her daddy is a YouTuber by trade. I went to his site. I went to LinkedIn, but just sent me to another damn site. Didn't tell me much about him, but I see he bragging about his Millionaire Money show on Mondays that don't do nothing but review the news. I see he in a current beef with some comedian named Anton Daniels, but isn't not Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb, but isn't Corey Holcomb about 50, almost 60 years old? So you like beefing with old men. You like geriatric jokes, do you? I don't know if she would be a good fit to one of our Ivy League schools, because this nigga might want to come on campus, sit up amongst the faculty. See? Corey damn near 60. Okay. There you have it there, folks. So how old is Anton? So you want to lay, I think Anton, what, in his what, 40s? All right, Taz, my bad, man. 43. So you want to fight somebody at least 10 years your senior. At least 10 years your senior. Come on, Anton. Come on, man.
Looking for her to join the team. She is on track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics. And I don't know how damaging this is to her psyche.
All right, you can stop laughing for a minute, bro.
You carrying ass bitch. See, hey, fam, look, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck how nobody feels about what I'm saying today.
Me either.
It's a reason I covered his daughter picture up. I'm with that shit. I'm not cool with using nobody's kids to try to get at niggas. But you not finna sit your pussy ass up here and cry after you've engaged. You sat there for a whole week running your mouth, playing games. Some out nigga was shaking like a leaf and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You spent the week antagonizing. You mean to tell me all he had to do was do one stream? It took one video to break you? So ass nigga. You shouldn't be on here ever again talking about nobody negatively. You need to get your ass to somebody's church and learn how to do more positive content, because you can't handle this smoke.
Well, the
same smoke you put out, you can't handle that, fam.
I know he can't, because he ran to he went to go see the doctor. First off, again, think about the amount of time that this nigga is trying to sit up in this platform and convince you that he took his daughter out of school, that she found out all these folks was going to talk about her. We talking about 4 or 5 hours, folks. To a girl, a young child that he protects to the fullest. What was she doing up at that time of morning? And King Pix, if you got a channel, my man, if you would like to, go ahead and drop your channel link down in the description, and I'll check you out there, good brother. Sure will. I sure will. Appreciate it. And this going back up to, listen, I could rock with Sharon. I really can. Izzy, anybody who holds Angry Man in high esteem, I can't fuck with you. Listen, I just happen to click on sometime, and I just happen to listen because I go to Izzy because there's other folks there. But to click on an Izzy Band's channel and say, let me see what this nigga talking about, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. First time I heard that nigga say, do something to make me feel good, that was it for me. But I got other reasons. All right, Taz, my bad.
I mean, we literally looking at 6 to 8 hours, and this nigga already talking about psychological damage. Did your daughter even see that shit? Let's be real, fam. Corey said that shit at about 8:30 West Coast time, 11:30 where you live at. Your daughter should have been in the bed. You up early in the morning whining about the shit. When did your daughter see it?
That's my question. When, Anton?
When did your daughter even see this? How would she have seen it? Now, would she hear about it, I'm sure, at school? Probably. But your bitch ass was live before she ever got to school. You was live before the school ever opened, fam. What are you doing? scary ass nigga. What was this? What was this? Wow, lose a debate. Then
Okay, wait a minute, Taz, before you read that. And see, this is the thing. Here comes some folks, because so far, have y'all heard anything that Taz said has been incorrect? I know I haven't. Minus the superlatives, is he wrong about the timing of things? When did you have time to take your daughter out of school? Should your daughter have been sleeping at the time Corey said what he said? If you are the father that you say you are. Go back to Freezy's stream. And anything that Freezy said so far about Anton taking accountability for what he did and what he said, the things that he said about Corey, that he would do, was he not expecting any backlash? Maybe in the world of make-believe, you thought Corey was going to walk away from this shit? You thought Taz wasn't going to cover this shit? You thought I wasn't going to cover this shit? Because I'd be quite honest with you, I thought it was over last week. Come to find out, now you done started a whole new campaign of finding some shit Corey did with an incident with some young woman. I won't talk about it, but for somehow or the other, you know you got to connect that bullshit to you, Anton. But you're a Christian. How many times does he say that leading up thing? First of all, I'm a Christian. You see him with this t-shirts, what would God do? All kind of other stuff.
and talk about the man's wife and daughter. I'm sorry, there was a debate. Somebody had a debate that I missed. I ain't seen no debate, fam. I don't remember no debate. In prison, Corey is food. He out here getting young people killed. Can't get any more low class. Wow. Yeah, fam. I don't think putting his child up was classy at all. That was definitely low class. But I don't know if Corey's out here getting young people killed. That sounds like you jumped off the rails a little bit, fam. Like, go back to the drawing board with that comment. You lost me with that, fam. You jumped out the window right there. Y'all don't have enough smoke for Anton and what it is that he's out here doing. Because again, I'm going to say it 100 times in this video. I don't support putting his daughter up on the screen. I just don't. But you don't get to run to the internet and say, oh my God, he's destroyed my daughter's life.
That's exactly what he's doing. Well, I tell you what, we have a one of our what do you call that, smoke detectors. It's really sensitive there, folks. And even if you turn on a stove or an oven, the heat just makes it go off. And it's not like it's in a, but anyway. So that's what you heard a little while ago. Wasn't nothing burning up. Wasn't nobody frying up nothing. We wasn't making wasn't nobody burning no chicken or nothing. It's just sensitive like that. You know, you light an incense. Folks like to burn incense around there, so that might would it have been. But anyway, like my man said, you can't spend 6-7 days berating somebody, talking about how scared somebody is, Anton, and all of a sudden jump behind your daughter. And then you got clowns like what you just came up in Taz's chat room that will go to the ends of the earth defending that shit that you just said. And you're right, ABT. He gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. That's what I meant by him talking about. He know he doesn't have a leg to stand on as far as suing Corey Holcomb, but he gonna ride this shit till the wheels come off and make him some money. That's right, Shaw. He jumped high and low. He sure did.
You don't get to do that, fam. This shit is crazy. Let's continue to listen to this whine.
I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We don't know
how
butterfly effect things that we do to our children. Yeah, and the one thing that most fathers
go into that though.
Yeah.
Talk about how you did this to her.
Yeah.
How you're chasing these broads.
This
is your fault.
Okay, Taz, let me hit on that for a minute. Again, go back And look for yourself of what Taz is just saying is not correct. Look at how he surrounds himself with chicks. On the Fight Club, he did it. If there's no chicks on the panel, he ain't coming up there. Look how he used to hang around Six the Goddess. He literally had a live stream argument with, as y'all call it, Auntie Yanni. Am I wrong? Remember when Yanni called her out? Called him out for some fucked up shit that he done? Taz went in on him. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. He surely did, HT Ball, when he went in on his ass. Or he ain't through yet.
Fathers try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected.
We try. But listen, fam, I got a daughter too, right? And I told my daughter in 2019, when I realized what this shit was, hey, man, you gonna have to be strapped up and ready. And a motherfucker come fucking with you on your Instagram or any of that, block their ass, right? I already knew what time it was. There's no pretending like I don't be on here talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've always known there's a possibility somebody gonna talk about my wife, my mom, my son, my daughter, everyone else. No, we don't like it. I mean, let's just be real. We don't like it. We don't want nobody talking about our kids and our family and shit. But again, Anton goes out of his way to diminish the entire black community.
The entire black community. Out of his way, wearing MAGA hats. Black people ain't shit. Talking about he got to wash his hands. And all. He is going out of his way to disparage black women. Out of his way. This nigga has gotten mad on panels to where he's frothing at the mouth in his distaste and his dislike for black women. Got a black daughter. Got a black wife. Gotta be that this nigga didn't get no black women when he was younger. And that hate and that dislike that he had for black women in the 5th grade, 6th grade, high school, going to the prom by himself with that purple jumpsuit on, standing in the corner, hoping that somebody came stag so they can come take a picture with me so he can tell us folks, this is who I went to the prom with. I know you're Anton. Anybody who identifies himself as a nerd for no reason, something wrong with you. Yeah, they Candy can't. Listen, you notice the hesitation when I say Auntie Yanni, because it's obvious that she's younger than me, but calling someone younger than me Auntie is like, God damn it. But that's what I know. That's what I hear a lot of people refer to her as. So yeah, Auntie Yanni was on her business. See? See? That's what they call her, Auntie Yanni. Right, all right, Taz, come on.
Okay. So damn near anybody black could have legitimate smoke for Anton. Like, you can't be the guy who sits on top of everything, talking like you talking down to everybody. But now today you want to come down and be level-headed and try to be understood. Man, fuck you, bro. I feel bad for your daughter, not you. And I just, I need people to understand that that's the energy for this video. Like, I don't think what happened to his daughter is okay. I don't want nothing bad to happen to his daughter. But this the same bitch ass nigga that went on Dr. Phil and said that your black children are going to steal the rims off of his car.
Y'all remember that Dr. Phil episode when he was on there with the pink shirt and his head looking like a milk dud? Said it on front of millions of white folks, still in circulation, that your black children, your black boys are going to be the ones that's going to jail for stealing rims off of cars. And there's nothing you can do about it, black women. Y'all remember that episode? Oh, how some people will forget. Oh, how some people think that the internet is only there for you to just talk shit, and nobody can go back and find the shit that you talk about. And that's the thing, Miss J. If they don't have anything else to throw at you, you know what the thing is? I'm old. They act like there's an age on being right. If you over 40, you can't be right about nothing. If you under 40, you can't be right about nothing. Since when did this age have a limit on who's right or who's wrong? So a 5-year-old can't be right. A 20-year-old can't be right. A 75-year-old man can't be right. Based on what these niggas is be saying. Go listen to some of the shit Mr. Fantastic said. This nigga tried to change a definition of a word just because he was in a different state. Since when does a definition change? This nigga said just because if the word is in Webster's, it may work for that state, but it don't work for this state. Nigga, we ain't talking about laws, we talking about words. Kiss my ass mean the same thing in Florida as it does in South Carolina. It just depends on who's saying it.
Right. So he don't get to sit here and play innocent ever.
That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children.
Why can't we? That's why you don't be out here doing dumb shit, fam. You have to acknowledge that, especially like, you love to run around here, brag about what you got. Like, you have to know you putting a target on your family. Like, I don't know how you don't know that. Oh, his kid was psychologically damaged from Corey Holcomb's live stream last night. Oh, his child is not even going to be able to compete in events no more.
No more.
Because Corey Holcomb talked about her last night while she was asleep. Doing that with you. Now, that's right there.
Yeah.
I will not believe that you had your daughter sitting up in the middle of the night watching Corey Holcomb.
Me either.
I refuse to believe that.
Who believes that? Who in the fuck would believe that right there? That a 17-year-old old child was up in the middle of the night, of all the things that she could have been looking at on YouTube or TV, she decided to watch Corey Holcomb. I wonder if Corey Holcomb gonna talk about my daddy. She couldn't have been watching The Little Mermaid or some shit like that. She had to be watching the Corey Holcomb 5150 show at 11 o'clock at night. And if she was awake there, Char, I guarantee you she wasn't watching the 5150 show. Right, Candy Cane, with the pink shirt on.
No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children.
I do, though.
We don't know.
I know. I know the impact of chasing hoes. Oh, I know the impact of chasing these bros.
Oh, if you're a man, you know the impact. I got hoes. I got hoes in different. Y'all sing it with me. Area codes. You know, if them area codes catch up with each other, you know you got problems. if you catch one of them women's that bust the windows out your car, won't they? They cut your tires. They show up at your house. Now I know the impact. Hey, Platinum, let me get up out of that. All right. Hey, Taz, you got to tell him about that. I'm going to get up out of that one.
You can fuck your children's lives up by chasing these sluts because your wife might fuck around and leave you. Your daughter see you on TV with some bitch and ask you to explain the bitch. It could go bad, it could go ugly, but you didn't care until now. That's interesting. All the shit you do online, I would have never thought that you were overly protective of your daughter.
Wait a minute.
Not to believe that you had your daughter sitting up in the middle of the night watching Corey Holcomb. No, I refuse to believe that.
I'm going to go on mute.
No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children.
I do, though.
We don't know.
I know. I know the impact of chasing hoes. Oh, I know the impact of chasing these broads, nigga. You can fuck your children's lives up by chasing these sluts because your wife might fuck around and leave you. Your daughter see you on TV with some bitch and ask you to explain the bitch. It could go bad, it could go ugly, but you did.
It could go bad. You could come home and end up with nothing but milk crates and ice trays in the refrigerator. Them ice tray holders in the refrigerator. Shit could go real bad real quick. Yeah, because listen again. If you listen to Corey, and I have no reason to believe that he would lie about this. He was not expecting this chick to be a part of the show. And then if you're listening to the chick herself, Mika, she also, after she got there, she realized that she was not going to be a part of the show. But as she was getting there, Anton led her to believe that everything was on the up and up. And the phone call that he made to Corey was to see if Corey would allow her to be on the show. You can't explain that. You can't explain sitting up on the couch coloring it up. You can't explain taking pictures with another woman at a Laker game. You can't explain finding another woman from one coast to another coast. Where's she staying at? Who you with? Where you at? Yep. I'm not sure Okafor won't be my best friend. Okay, you're right about that. Won't be no friend of mine. I guess that's what you're saying. No, Anton would never be a friend of mine. No. Let's continue. Taz?
Didn't care until now. That's interesting for me. All the shit you do online, I would have never thought that you were overly protective of your daughter. Not the videos you make. I would have thought that you was a deadbeat dad the way you talk shit about black women. So you think you can throw all of this dirt out onto the community, but then at the same time say, damn, I can't believe y'all treated my daughter like that. Well, then treated your daughter like you said black women need to be treated.
Okay. And that's a point that nobody else that I never heard no one else say that before. But Anton, your daughter is being treated the very way you say that black women need to be treated. You saying black women need to be disrespected. You saying black women need to be thrown out with the bathwater. That is an excellent point, Taz. So you are getting what what they say, you reap what you sow. And that's a great point.
But you mean every other black woman other than your daughter. You don't want to protect no other woman. You don't want to see no other woman get respect, but you want that respect given to yours.
The psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits.
Since when?
Yeah, they are for some people. People like me. I ain't gonna mess with your underage children.
No, me either. I'm not either. I'm not either. Now, I will say this. I have mentioned the Angry Man's Kid, but the only reason I've mentioned Angry Man's Kid is in reference to you got a kid out there that has a struggling rap career, but you haven't mentioned it yet. You haven't played any of his music on your channel. And isn't that another chick that he had a fight with, an island girl cute? How he talked about what she looked like. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
But that's not everybody. Because see, I thought the black community was off limits when you're sitting up talking to white people, right? I thought the black community was off limits when you're sitting up trying to flex in front of Pearl, but evidently I was wrong. What I thought couldn't have been 100. I thought running around with slut bucket ran through looking ass bitches was off limits when you're married, but we ain't standing on that.
Okay. I ain't said that.
You don't mind being seen with the hoes.
I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna get out that Taz, man. He don't mind though.
You love being seen with the hoes.
I got hoes.
Man, what do you mean off limits? Hoes are supposed to be off limits when you in a 20-year marriage that you and your wife, blah, blah,
wait a
blah.
Wait a minute. Not only are they off limits, but you're a Christian. So you got a double shot of a reason why not to be out here messing with hoes or frolicking around with hoes. Women's, as I like to call them. Because any respectable woman that know that you were married, no, nigga, I'm not going to no basketball game with you unless your wife is there or your child is there. This ain't going to be no reason for your wife to come at me later and say, what you doing at the Lakers game? That's right. Women's, there's a difference. I'm not referring to y'all ladies as hoes like Taz will, but there's a whole lot of women's out there. That's right. He said he a Christian first. That's what he says all the time. I'm a Christian first. He identifies as a Christian before he identifies as a black man. Words out of his own mouth. Taz, finish this nigga off.
How dare you say what's off limits when you don't stand by anything you told Corey Holcomb you don't have boundaries? Sad.
But I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm going to say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome black people out there and people in the United States of America.
Wait, what's that, about 3% of us? Listen to him, all the awesome black people out there.
I knew you wasn't going to
Oh, don't fall for the pandering. Don't do it.
I'm not me.
My black people out there, don't fall for the pandering.
Don't fall for the okey
doke. Come home for a couple days.
And we ain't letting you in the door.
Trying to come home for a couple days. He supposed to be saying, all my good Christians out there, ain't it?
Okay. What we just say? Shar, did you see this video before? Because damn, that's just what he just said. He a Christian first. But now all my good black folks out there. I'm Methodist, so he ain't talking to me. He talking to y'all, your good black folk Christian out there.
He trying to pop in on us and give us a lecture on how to be good black people now.
That want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child.
Miss me with that, fam.
Yeah, me too.
That's cap.
Yeah.
Where your content on it, bitch?
Right.
Cause see, that's the type of shit that'll get Taz mad and all riled up and yelling over here. And I ain't even trying to do all that.
Wait a minute, Taz. Let me ask you something, brother. As long as you've known Anton, when have you known him to do content about his daughter?
Some real shit. Where your content on it? Where your content on protecting the kids? Where your content at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no content on your channel talking about protect these kids. You talking about YNs and black women and liberals. I'm not buying that, fam. They break up trafficking rings and shit every day, fam. You don't talk about none of that. You don't care about no damn kids, bro. Miss me with that shit.
My underage child. That's all I care about. I could have never imagined in 1,000 years the psychological damage and the impact, the cries that I had to hear.
Taz, you want to wait on that? Let me answer this first, bro. Let me answer this first. Hold on, bro. Let me get to this first. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, that black art that he has in the back. Again, if you know anything about music, folks, if you know anything about it, this is what I guess he so-called himself paying a tribute to the artist. But two things that do not go together. You remember at Sesame Street, one of these things that doesn't belong here. Anton is the shit that don't belong in this picture. Anton is the motherfucker that shouldn't be in this picture right here. Because, of course, we got the great Ray Charles, whether you like Biggie Smalls or not, you know, Dr. Dre or not. The thing that should not be in this picture that we all consider as part of black culture is Anton. All right, Taz.
Concern was, oh my.
The cries he had to hear when. I need y'all to know that at the time of recording this video, the incident in question is maybe 8 hours at most old. Okay, again, this stream was done overnight. You live in the morning. When did your daughter see this? When did your daughter have a chance to cry over this, bro? Because like I say, now, looking at it at 4 in the afternoon, 7 at night on the East Coast, tomorrow, the next day, next week, somebody looking at it like, damn, I can't believe his daughter had to go through that. This video was made for the future. In the moment, he's fucking lying. When would you ask yourself, fam? I'm saying, let's just be logical here.
Logical.
The stream was done overnight. You're live early in the morning. When did your daughter see this, bro? To cry and all of that. This is insane.
When?
But it's hiding behind his daughter. He's a bitch.
Damage and the impact. The cries that I had to hear.
Insane. Fucking insane.
Absolutely.
My immediate concern was, oh my God, who do I call? But I couldn't call anybody because everything was closed at the time.
Everything was closed last night.
I'm gonna let you handle that. I talked about it yesterday. What you got to say about it, bro?
You hear him say at the time?
Uh-huh.
Like this wasn't last night?
Right.
Hey, that nigga said everything was closed at the time.
I know. Nigga, his phone didn't work.
Nigga, Corey went live at 8:30 p.m. on the West Coast.
Okay.
Yes, everything was closed.
Yeah,
everything was closed.
No drugstore.
When you went live this morning.
Okay, what
the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Why are you
Right. Man, I didn't mean to cut you off, but at the time he went live, the drugstore wasn't open yet, folks. It wasn't even 8 o'clock yet. So what was open that that his daughter had time for him to have time to take his daughter out of school or call some therapist? Like I said, if you go and look at all of the last past streams, folks, one number is synonymous. The titles might change, but there's always something up in the right-hand corner. It says 1-800-something hotline. Abuse hotline. I guarantee you, Anton, if you call that number and talk to somebody, they will direct you if your daughter was having some kind of trauma of who she could talk to. So everything wasn't closed. Instead of you getting up doing a live stream, maybe you should have called that 800 hotline and say, hey, my daughter is having some kind of stress and strife. I might have to take her out of school in the morning. She's an Olympic contender. I might have to stop her from getting all the Olympic medals because she already got about 200.
Sit up here lying, using your daughter at that.
So immediately pulling her out of school, immediately making sure that I go and assess the damage.
How do you immediately pull your child out of school and you up at 7 in the morning the next day? What you do? You did it online or what? You took her out of school online, or how did that go? Because that sure was a quick process to take her out of school and get back to your early morning stream, right?
Yeah.
Took her out of school before the school even opened.
Before it opened, man. Right. Stop it, nigga.
Nigga. Say, fam, ain't nobody got to say nothing bad about your daughter, nigga. It's about you. You a whole clown out here, bro.
Tell him something.
He was wrong for using your daughter as a weapon. But how are you not wrong for doing the same shit? That's why I've got to say something, because as wrong as Corey was, he's wrong too. You shouldn't be able to come and use your daughter. Are you kidding? Yeah, I forgot the glasses. You sure right. Told y'all I don't get no passes, man. My audience notice every goddamn thing. I don't.
listen. You can't. You damn sure can't, bro.
The goon was supposed to have glasses on it.
Right. You can't listen. Hey. You can't call yourself the GOAT and make mistakes like that. You missed the glasses. I noticed that too, but I just didn't say nothing. You call yourself. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. All right. Listen, folks. I know we're about to almost into the second hour of our show right here. Again, it's Friday. You ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing to do. So let's listen to Taz a little bit more here, talking about the fuckery of Anton, and then we're gonna slide on over to my man Taz kicking Charleston White in the ass for a little bit. All right.
I blew it. Let's continue.
Trying to figure out if we're able to get her into the same competitions coming up. She literally just texted me probably less than 48 hours ago.
Okay. And maybe I'm not, don't take a rocket science to know why the fuck would I text you if I'm in the same house with you? He said his daughter texted him 48 in the last 48 hours. So you ain't seen 48 hours is what? 2 days? You ain't talked to your daughter in 2 days, nigga? And y'all live in the same house? Is it that big? Do you live in one of them sprawling mansions to where you might not be able to run into somebody for a week or two, even though they live in the same house with you? Do you have another little she shed in the back to where somebody hangs out in there and you might not see him except for when they pulling out the driveway? But you can't tell me that you just showed a text saying, hey, my daughter just texted me 48 hours ago and convinced the general public that y'all live together. But I'm going to let you go ahead. Taz going to get you.
all of the different competitions that she had lined up for this year. We were supposed to go to Great Britain. We were supposed to go to a lot of places. I don't know if we can still do that. I don't know if that's possible.
You don't know, huh? You ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna let you handle it, man. I'm gonna back up. All right, go ahead.
Look, I want anybody who's watching this and declaring winners. I need you to understand that this man is telling you that Corey done fucked his whole life up. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. But if you on here saying he won something, what the fuck did he win if he on here crying like this? I mean, he's literally whining like a motherfucker. How do you have won something and you doing all this crying and whining? And my daughter, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take her to Great Britain. We might not even be able to be in the Olympics.
Because I don't know if she has the, their brain isn't even fully developed.
Her brain.
No,
I don't know, fam. I don't know nothing about that.
Literally.
I'm gonna let you handle that too. No, I ain't getting in that either.
So
man.
Crazy.
I ain't fucking with that either, bro.
Just sent me her pictures.
No,
listen to this shit here.
That's your daddy saying you ain't very smart. That's your daddy saying you ain't got no resilience. That's your daddy saying at 17 years old, you don't know what the hell you doing without some kind of parental supervision. At 17 years old, folks, I don't know about the majority of y'all, but it's at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. My parents couldn't tell me shit. I never bowled up at my pops. I never bowled up at my mom, but I know one thing for sure. It was a different set of rules once I hit them teenage years. What about y'all? So if you ask me, maybe I'm wrong, Taz. Maybe you'll catch up on it a little bit later on. But if you ask me, I think he's calling his daughter dumb.
Pictures and
sad.
She had also sent her schedule. Literally, this was yesterday at 10:22 p.m.
Now I want y'all to hear something.
Right before Corey was finna light that ass up, huh?
Wait a minute, Taz. Wait a minute.
I mean, he's literally whining like a motherfucker. How do you have won something and you do? I mean, he's literally whining like a motherfucker. How do you have won something and you doing all this crying and whining?
Maybe it was just
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take her to Great Britain. We might not even be able to be in the Olympics.
Because I don't know if she has the, their brain isn't even fully developed.
Her brain. No, I don't know, fam.
I'm gonna get out that.
Literally. So crazy.
No.
She had just sent me her pictures.
Listen to this shit here.
Her senior pictures. And
okay, right there. Did y'all hear that? If we all got cell phones, now listen, you can laugh at me if you want to, but everybody in here and earshot of me, act like you ain't never bought nothing off Temu. If you've noticed in the last couple of days, if you have got Temu's app on your phone, there's a little bell that rings now. So tell me you didn't hear the Temu bell on Anton's stream just on Anton's phones. That's not the Facebook chime. That's that Temu bell. Listen again. Let me see if I can get back to it. Oh, y'all listen to this. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong now. Let me see.
Do that. I don't know if that's possible.
So, look, I want anybody who's, watching this and declaring winners. I need you to understand that this man is telling you that Corey done fucked his whole life up. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. But if you on here saying he won something, what the fuck did he win if he on here crying like this?
He ain't win shit.
He's literally whining like a motherfucker. How do you have won something and you doing all this crying and whining? And my daughter, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take her to Great Britain. We might not even be able to be in the Olympics.
Because I don't know if she has.
Listen to this bell, folks.
You know, their brain isn't even fully developed.
Her brain.
I'm gonna get out of that.
You know?
Right.
Nah, I don't know, fam.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about that.
Literally. So crazy.
Listen.
No.
She had just sent me her pictures.
Listen to this shit here.
Her senior pictures. And
see, that's that Timu Bell. That nigga was getting an alert from Timu, but he a million. He got you believing he a millionaire. If you're a millionaire, the last bell I should be here, your Kettle Taco Bell or something, but it damn shouldn't be the Timu chime. That's not Facebook. That's not Instagram. That's not Cash App. That's Timu. Shop like a millionaire. Nigga took it literally. He took it literally. Like I said, I put the Timu app on my phone probably about a year ago. Remember when Timu first came out? That's when I used it. That's the last time I used it. When they sent me some shit, I thought I was getting one thing. Next thing you know, was something. I ain't fucking with y'all no more. You can't send it back. But that's the Timu Bell. Go ahead, Taz.
Sad.
She had also sent her schedule. Literally, this was yesterday at 10:22 p.m.
Right before Corey was finna light that ass up, huh? she was sitting back thinking like, damn, Corey Holcomb finna go in on me. See, I thought she was younger than that, but if she a senior, she may have seen the response. I thought she was younger than that. If she a senior, she might have seen it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that his daughter was younger. So she may have been up in a way and seen it.
It's possible.
Probably anticipating it, considering what her dad did, right? So, like, bro, you don't like. I just thought she was younger.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't partaking in talking about your daughter. I ain't cool with that. That's extra to me.
Right.
I'm saying you ain't protect her though. I'm saying you put her out there.
Yeah, I agree.
At 10:22 p.m. Let me show you. See that? See the schedule? The tentative. See how it says tentative schedule? Leslie Daniels right here.
See?
She was sending me tentative schedule for the calendar year.
Go ahead, Tess.
I don't know if she'll be able to do that.
Bro, listen, man. That means you need to stop what you doing then. That means you need to check your motherfucking self and check your content. Cause you making her more of a target right now. If we being real. Like, fam, it's like niggas is slime ball out here, bro. Now that you've let niggas know that this is your soft spot, don't you know it's up? Niggas gonna find your daughter Instagram and, you know what I'm saying, they might even go to her competitions and shit, fam. These niggas treacherous. Especially with the shit you be saying.
Treacherous.
So while you on here trying to get this sympathy, you know, to run up your bag, you chasing a bag right now. Do you realize you putting a bigger target on her back? I mean, you finna make niggas come for her to see how you gonna respond the next time too. Dumbass nigga.
Okay.
You doing too much. Just being real. Right? You come on, hey fam, that shit wasn't cool. He a hoe ass nigga playing with my daughter like that, and that's that. Right now, you are doing so much that a motherfucker know like shit. That shit got under his skin a little bit. Maybe I should try it. Let me see how much worse I can make it than what Corey did. Fam, you're dumb. You don't even know how to protect your daughter. You're supposed to pretend like that shit didn't even matter to you. Lame ass.
And we're going to leave that right there, folks. Again, if you want to see the rest of this video, it's entitled, a lot of you folks have seen it already. Again, it's a good review. He continues in on Corey, and I can't blame him. Because again, we all know Taz, you know, he's been around these streets long enough to know that he has some credibility with what he's saying. He knows Anton. He may not know him on a personal level, but I'm sure he's been on panels with Anton before. And a lot of things that Taz says, it's easily, how do you say, a lot of folks like to come for him with some shit that happened years ago. So my question to you is, why is it okay to come at this man for some shit he did 10, 15 years ago, but not talk about Anton and what he's did 6 months ago or 2 months ago or a year ago? Run around in a hot dog outfit, getting beat up by his nephew. And like Taz said, whether you want to agree with it or not, Anton, you put your daughters in the crosshairs of everybody who don't like you. Everybody that don't like you. Not only in this community, but in others. And we know from the internet, folks, people can be really, really nasty. Really, really nasty. Speaking of really, really nasty, there's another one of these guys that's a problem in our streets here. There's this guy called Charleston White. Now, before I get into this, if anybody wants to come up and be a part of the conversation, if you think I would step out of bounds with this Anton Daniels business, or if Taz stepped out of bounds, speak now, or forever hold your peace over here. Trigger warning coming up there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I put this on the screen here first. What we're about to cover here, ladies and gentlemen, is not for the faint at heart. If you have small children, if you have somebody that you care about, again, at the top of my things here, you'll see there's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. 800-799-SAFE. The digits are 7233. If what we're about to uncover, whether you're somebody that's grown or somebody that's has underage, and if you have access to a phone, and what Charleston White did to one of his relatives happened to you, call the number. They'll point you in the right direction. I promise you that. Let me remove this off the screen. Again, remember, folks, parental advisory is in full effect with what we're about to talk about next, okay?
So Charleston White has been accused of more deviant behavior. And before I start with the clip, I'm going to tell you why I believe it. I have multiple clips myself of Charleston White making these claims. I don't believe there's any reason to overlook what is being said about him. Now, we've got to deal with the fact that he's obtained a high level of celebrity, which means people aren't as quick to talk about him. But some things got to be said. And his criminal record speaks for itself when it comes to this crime. We're not talking about someone who isn't on the record for having done this. The paperwork is there. The documentation is certainly there. But what isn't there is the desire to stop him from growing. What I see is people are entertained. And that becomes a problem when you're willing to ignore some of the things Charleston White's name has been applied to. Now, one part of that issue is the things that Charleston White has said himself, the things he's admitted to. But some things he has not admitted to, and they're being talked about now. They're being talked about on other YouTube platforms, and I don't think it's getting the attention or airplay that it deserves. So I think it needs to be played here.
And I'm playing it.
So in this video, Charleston White is being accused by a family member who was
Let's stop the video right here and look at it on the screen. Charge, cruelty, case. Got all this here. So Charleston White, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Charleston White can't say that none of this is true because this is, as you see at the top, there's his mugshot, active bookings. But if you listen to him, he run around bragging how he did some white girl wrong. Completely never mentioning this. Go ahead, Taz.
11 years old at the time. So I want y'all to take a listen to what she has to say as she tells her story. I do think we need to make room for more of these stories so people will feel comfortable telling them. I don't think you got to use the internet and make it the world's business if you don't want to. But people need to be empowered enough to tell their story, even if it's just to a local detective. Tell your story, because these things are happening. They're happening to 11-year-old girls, and there's nothing we can do, especially when they're adults and it's the first time we hearing about it. This is crazy, fam. Let's get into this clip.
Now, before I get into the clip, folks, I know you probably can. You left a link down there that you can go over to Taz's channel, and if you want to see what the young lady looks like, but to me, I'm going to put a shield up. You know, I want to keep her identity private. Just my preference. I'm not saying Taz having the interview with the young lady with her face there. That's up to you. But for me, my preference on this particular channel is not to show her face, because you know there's some nasty niggas out there. Okay.
How's the weather down there tonight, Mark? How's the weather up there in Fort Worth today?
Oh man, it's all right. It's we had like 3 seasons today in one day. Spring, winter, and fall. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You okay? I know you probably don't want to take too much time in this, but we need you to get your story out. We're out here for you.
We got plenty of time, bro.
Yes. I know it's hard. Like, around what age were you when this all happened?
About 11 or 12, and we was at my auntie's house. Charleston had just came home from TYC, and I was getting out the shower or whatever, and he came in there fondling me. I had watched one of his videos here recently because I had heard about how he was on there making jokes about when we was little, we used to have sex with our cousins. What the fuck? I mean, I'm sorry. Where do they do that at?
Right, where do they do that at?
Paperwork on what happened, but just what.
Now, if you folks didn't hear what she said, Charleston White had made a video that she ran across on YouTube that he was making fun of the fact that he had done something to another family members of her. And this is why she made this video. Now she's feeling guilty that she didn't speak up earlier.
I wanted to reveal because I didn't feel like everything was appropriate at the time. We got district clerk office paperwork here now. So district clerk. Thursday of November 1998, Charleston White signed a court order arrangement to now or anytime after the day above contact the victim, Shalandra Price. Klein was 11 years old of age when contact was made. Sexual or direct penetration was made. Defendant has previous convictions prior to current event. Paragraph 1 states the test was positive for defendant's semen. So, I mean, We got everything from the detective's name to the signature of the district clerk. I mean, I don't.
Phone numbers. And this says,
and this is somebody that's celebrated. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, people pay to come stand up and watch this man speak. They pay money to have him on their platforms. How do you feel now that you know this? How do you know now? How do you feel now to know that there's paperwork? This is not doxing Charleston White. This is putting proof positive that he did what he did.
this is crazy. This is crazy. They got he been tested positive for the semen, all matched up. Direct penetration, sexually direct penetration was made. Defendant has previous convictions prior to the current event. Paragraph 1 states the test was positive for defendant's semen. This is crazy.
It's
got a
called
detective name.
Called the G.O.A.T kit. The G.O.A.T kit that they took. They, of course, you know what goes on with that when someone says they've been molested like that. A whole series of things happen. So they could tell that the young lady was penetrated. And they also took a semen sample. And Dana said, DNA, of course, said that the only person that this sample could have came from was Charleston White. So much so that he was convicted in a court of law behind it. Or was he?
And phone number on her. March 16, 1999. Yeah. This yeah, Charleston. You can't keep hiding from all this. You can't keep hiding from this. I know it's painful that, you know, like at your age and you try to tell someone. I know, like, was it any kind of friction in the family, like people telling you lying?
Yeah, a lot of it came from like my aunts and stuff, saying that I just wanted attention and stuff like that.
And too many times I've heard this. There was a movie out every once in a while, way back when, called Eve's Bayou. Precious. How many times have we seen that this has happened to these young women, and they tell their parents, and the parents take the side of the villain? So guess what happens? And a lot of times it's usually the boyfriend. A lot of times it's a family member. And since the person doesn't get believed, it continues to happen because now they feel they got carte blanche. Ain't nobody going to believe you.
Like, I really don't want to make this about anybody other than myself, you know what I'm saying? But as far as my immediate family, everybody was all on board after everything got processed and was, you know, systemized or whatever you might want, whatever great language you might want to use for it. And I haven't had to really revisit that except when he came to Stop 6 working at the club, and then he had put that program there for kids. And I was just thinking, damn, for a person who always doing shit.
That's what I'm talking about, ABT. Because women, WOMEN, or woman, WOMAN, would have taken what this young child said seriously. Women's was worried about making sure they kept that man in the house. Women's don't give a fuck about their children. Say what you want.
You know what's going on, you know, like, if I was that young, that means Charleston was 19, right? 19, 20, something like that, I'm sorry. I don't just think about it every day to remember the exact ages both of us was, but I do know he had just came home and he was a whole lot older than me, you know. People think shit like that is funny and it's a joke, but if you ever go on my page, anything that I'm on there doing for the jail motivational speeches or any of that, if you just listen to it, it'll tell you the whole story. You know what I mean? This ain't something I just started dealing with. This is something I've been dealing with.
Okay, take your time. And, it's painful that you have to.
Shalandra, I've been listening to everything, of course, backstage, and
then I have to ask myself, did all the idiotic, degenerate nonsense that Charleston White has been doing all these years, is that just so when we get to a moment like that, it's not taken seriously? So when we get to a moment like this, it's not a big deal? So someone can say, man, he's just a troll, no worries. See, again, it's concerning when there's proof that he's been charged with these crimes against the child and nobody cares. It makes you wonder if people actually want to protect children, or are they willing to turn a blind eye when they see something like this happening? There's absolutely no way Charleston White should not be out in front of an audience having to explain all of this, since he's done all of this talking over the years. It does not feel good to make videos repeatedly about the same thing over and over, and you don't see any growth or response to the videos. I've done several videos calling out Charleston White for the things that he said to people online about what he'll do to them or what he's already done. And it's really a trip how that man has grown an extremely large base in the things he said and how they've been ignored. It's a case study for real. Because as people get canceled based on the mainstream, we got to start asking ourselves, how do you cancel people on social media for real? I mean, at some point, this conversation about Charleston White will come to a head, and we will have to deal with it for what it is. This is not okay. Yeah, I don't personally believe she got any reason to lie in the way Charleston White moves, given his past. And once you start putting all that together, there's no reason to believe that he didn't do everything that she says he did. Now, my issue becomes, how do you get people to believe it? How do you get people to respect it? Because it seems much more difficult these days to get an allegation off the ground, even if you're a family member and you're literally calling it out. It's like people will ignore you to follow him because he's the one with the attention. He's the one driving the views. He's the one with the clout. I don't think that's right, fam. I think because it's being called out, it should be brought to the forefront. Instead of everyone trying to do interviews with Charleston White, paying him bands, why not bring her in and have the conversation with Charleston White? Where's that challenge taking place? Because again, I understand that he's created a lot of fanboys, but he's also created a lot of victims. He's also threatened a lot of people, threatened a lot of women, threatened a lot of women with what he's being accused of from his own family member. So there's no reason to downplay it. Even though I know he got fans, they're going to come and make it seem like it's something wrong with her and I shouldn't be listening to what she has to say. But nah, fam, it's a reality. he wants to control every situation online. And it really is disheartening to know that these cases don't really get the type of airtime they need. If this was Jeffrey Epstein, there would be more people interested. But because it's Charleston White and people enjoy him for entertainment, they don't want to hear this. They're going to make excuses as to why she should not even be platformed. And that's crazy. But we've got to deal with the celebrity worship part of this social media society. And I'm saying we got to watch out before we build up these type of people. I mean, the man came in talking crazy from the gate. So it probably should have been some barriers to prevent him from becoming such a loud voice. But like I say, I remember people saying that, nah, he telling the truth. Let's get these gang members, blah, blah, blah. And I've always known he just wanted to become the rapper. He just wanted to be the person with the big chains and the attention on him. And now that he's got it, how do you take it away? Like I say, fam, it's sad that he can go on podcasts and brag about what he's done to his cousin. And thus far, he's had his way. But like I say, people got to take the clip. They got to remake their own videos, share it, whatever you got to do. The word needs to get out that this man is a deviant. I'm just saying, fam, when we start looking at some of the conversations that are not happening, you would think that they can start around people who have already been convicted of these types of crimes, yet are getting access to children right here in the black community. You throw some money around and, well, they'll give you access. They'll give you the opportunity to talk to youth. And these are the things that's got to stop. People like Charleston White are positioning themselves with money to go into the black community, elevate his voice, only to harm the community. It's not for the benefit of. And until people get that, yeah, he gonna have free reign to keep doing what he does. I just thought this was crazy and needed to be called out, at least add to the short list of videos that are talking about this. We can't let nobody who has done this to an 11-year-old go unspoken of. Sheesh.
And I just let that play through, ladies and gentlemen, because he's absolutely right. We can't let this go unchecked. But a lot of times when we, and black men and black women, when we report on this, all of a sudden we're under attack. Folks want to try and take your channel away. Folks want to say that you shouldn't be speaking about this. This ain't your business. Or the old adage, you're too old. Or you're trying to bring the black man down. If this is what y'all worried about taking down, this is the man that y'all want to hold in such high esteem. Y'all want to keep elevating the J Princes, the Anton Daniels, the Obsidians, the Angry Mans, because that's where these are products from. All of these folks are products of who? The He-Man I Hate Women Club. More specifically, I hate black women. And folks are willing to give him a pass. This man said it himself. He made a joke about harming his own cousin. And then when the cousin called him out, all of a sudden now she's a liar. And we allowed that to go on. Well, she must be lying. Why she wait so long to say something about it? And then instead of blaming directly on Charleston White, you would say, well, it must have been her family member should have known better. But she told her family members. You heard her say after he came home. So that means he was already in jail at one time or the other. He didn't come home from the military. After he came home from what? Serving a jail sentence. This man has been a criminal his entire life, and he's told you as such. But you still elevate him. Still on the platform. Still, let's see what Charleston White got to say. but they'll condemn somebody like me or somebody like Taz for pointing it out. Not looking at the obvious, that it's that nigga that need to be pointed out. With that, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I said, I appreciate y'all spending the time here with me. It's always a pleasure. Let's see, Miss J, ABT, Char Willie was up off in here. Who else I had? HT Baldwin. Who else? Black Hawk. All right. So many people that came through again. Like, share, and subscribe. Sock Passe, how you doing? Good brother. Thank y'all so very much for dropping through. And for some of these folks that I've never seen before, again, if you're subscribed to the channel, like I said, folks, if you got something that King picks, an OG, appreciate y'all. If you got something you want to send my way, if you want me to talk about something, or if you want to come up on the panel and say, man, you was wrong about that, and I'm open for it. It's always easy to have dialogue. It is quite easy. I don't mind being wrong. And I don't mind learning new things. What I will mind is if you come to my channel and leave me a nasty gram, you're going to get one back. I ain't nice like boss. I'm going to let you have it. All right? So with that, y'all, be cool. Again, and we got to stop uplifting them niggas because they don't mean us no good. They're here for a paycheck. They're here to drag you from your wallet as long as it possibly can until the shit gets old, until the stick runs old. How long we going to allow Charleston White and Anton Daniels to be the representation of us? I think not. Peace out, y'all.
Look, all you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Now you standing up in here and goddamn it talking about preaching preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We're taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want, look,